This sign means A. Pedestrians ahead. B. End of construction zone. C. School crossing ahead. D. Flagger ahead. D. Flagger ahead. This sign indicates that there is a flagger ahead controlling traffic in a construction area. When braking on slippery surfaces, you should apply the brakes A. quickly, B. later than usual, C. more abruptly than usual, D. earlier than usual. D. earlier than usual. When braking on slippery surfaces, such as roads covered in snow or ice, you should apply your brakes steadily and slowly to avoid locking your brakes. Apply the brakes earlier than you would on a different surface to allow your vehicle extra time to safely slow down. What is the only effective way to remove alcohol from the body? A. Drink strong coffee. B. Wait. C. Take a cold shower. B. Wait. The only way to remove the effects of alcohol from the body is to let time pass. Eating, drinking coffee, or taking a shower will not speed up this process. Speaking into or listening to a handheld cell phone while driving? A. Is safer than using a hands-free cell phone. B. May only be done by teenage drivers. C. Is illegal. D. Is recommended. C. Is illegal. It is against the law in New York to speak into or listen to a handheld cell phone while driving. You may use a handheld phone to start or end a phone call, but further use will result in a fine and points against your license.
Want to ace your DMV test? Click on the link below and get your guaranteed cheat sheet.
What are the colors of signs that tell you the distance to the next exit on a highway? A. Yellow with black letters. B. Black with white letters. C. Red with white letters. D. Green with white letters. D. Green with white letters. Signs providing information about destinations are green with white letters or symbols. You come to an intersection that is blocked by other traffic. You should A. Go slowly until the traffic ahead moves. B. Get as close as possible to the car in front of you. C. Stay out of the intersection until you can pass through. D. Sound your horn to make the cars move up. C. Stay out of the intersection until you can pass through. You cannot enter an intersection if traffic is backed up on the other side and you cannot get completely through the intersection. Wait until traffic ahead clears so you do not block the intersection. You can help keep the driver behind you a safe distance away from your vehicle by A. Driving 10 miles per hour faster than the car behind you. B. Driving 10 miles per hour slower than the car behind you. C. Maintaining a steady speed. C. Maintaining a steady speed. It is not always easy to maintain a safe distance behind your vehicle. However, you can help keep the driver behind you a safe distance away from your vehicle by maintaining a steady speed and signaling turns, lane changes, and deceleration in advance. What is the appropriate action to take when approaching a railroad crossing that does not have signals to direct traffic? A. Always bring the car to a complete stop. B. Slow down and be prepared to stop. C. All railroad crossings have signals, so you will never encounter this situation. D. Increase your speed to get across the tracks quickly. B. Slow down and be prepared to stop. When approaching an unmarked railroad crossing, slow down and be prepared to stop. Before you cross, be sure that no trains are approaching from either direction on any track. If you see or hear a train coming, stop at a safe distance from the nearest track and wait to proceed until after the train passes. What does this road sign mean? A. Slow down and prepare to stop if cars are approaching you. B. Come to a full stop and go when it is safe to do so. C. Proceed carefully through the intersection, not always stopping. D. Stop only for traffic on an intersecting road. B. Come to a full stop and go when it is safe to do so. A stop sign means that you must come to a full stop and yield the right of way to vehicles and pedestrians in or heading toward the intersection. Go again when it is safe. In a parking space reserved for people with disabilities, a driver with no disabled person on board. A. May park in an emergency. B. May not park, but may stop in an emergency. C. May not park or stop, but may stand in an emergency. D. May not park, stop, or stand. D. May not park, stop, or stand. It is illegal to stop, stand, or park in a space reserved for disabled persons unless the vehicle has plates or a permit for such spaces and the person who is named on the plates or permit is in the vehicle. You must stop for a school bus. A. That is parked on the shoulder of the road with no one in it. B. When it approaches you, even if its lights are not flashing. C. If you are both driving on a two-lane highway and its red lights are flashing. D. Whenever the driver waves at you. C. If you are both driving on a two-lane highway and its red lights are flashing. You must stop when approaching a school bus that is displaying flashing red lights while stopped to pick up or drop off children. On a two-lane road, traffic moving in both directions must stop and remain stopped as long as the red lights near the top of the bus are flashing and/or the stop arm on the left side of the bus is extended. As alcohol builds up in your blood, it A. Slows down your reactions. B. Makes you feel less confident. C. Begins to metabolize itself more quickly. D. Decreases the number of driving errors. A. Slows down your reactions. As alcohol builds up in your system, it will slow your reactions, make you feel more confident, and cause you to make more errors. You must not drive your vehicle at a speed greater than A. The maximum speed limit. B. A speed that is faster than is reasonable and prudent. C. A speed that is safe for existing conditions. D. All of the above. D. All of the above. You must not drive at a speed that is faster than is reasonable and prudent. You must drive at a speed that is appropriate for the area where you are driving, the type and condition of surrounding traffic, the presence of pedestrians, the weather, the quality of the road, and light conditions. You must drive within legal speed limits. Blind persons legally have the right of way when crossing the street when they are A. Wearing light-colored clothing. B. Led by a guide dog or using a white or metallic cane. C. Helped by another person. D. Wearing dark-colored glasses. B. Led by a guide dog or using a white or metallic cane. Blind pedestrians who are being led by a guide dog or are using a white or metallic cane have the right-of-way at a marked or unmarked crosswalk, even if the traffic signals or other right-of-way rules are not in their favor. To turn left from multilane, one-way streets and highways, you should start from A. The middle of the intersection. B. The right lane. C. The left lane. D. Any lane. C. The left lane. To turn left from multi-lane streets and highways, start from the left lane. Which of the following influences the effects of alcohol? A. The amount of food in the stomach. B. The body weight of an individual. C. How much time passes between drinks. D. All three choices. D. All three choices. Your blood alcohol content (BAC) depends on how much alcohol you drink, how much time passes between drinks, and your weight. Eating before or while you drink helps slow the absorption of alcohol somewhat, but it cannot prevent intoxication or impairment if you have too much to drink. What does it mean when a school bus is stopped on a roadway and its red lights are flashing? A. You may pass if no children are on the road. B. You may not pass. C. You may pass if you are facing the front of the bus. D. You may pass if it is on the opposite side of a divided highway. B. You may not pass. When a stopped school bus is flashing its red lights, all traffic approaching the bus from any direction must stop at least 20 feet away from the bus. You may not resume driving until the red lights stop flashing or when the bus driver or a traffic officer signals that you can proceed. In New York State, you must stop for a school bus even if it is on the opposite side of a divided highway. Remove all snow, frost, and ice from A. Just the windshield. B. All windows. C. Just the windshield and passenger window. B. All windows. It is important that you are able to see clearly through all of your vehicle's windows, including the windshield. Remove all snow, ice, and frost from your vehicle's windows and mirrors before you start to drive. This road sign means A. Bicycle crossing. B. Stop only if other cars are approaching. C. Yield the right-of-way to pedestrians. A. Bicycle crossing. Warning signs are usually yellow with black markings. These signs alert drivers to areas where bicycles may be crossing. You may honk your horn when you A. Have to stop quickly. B. Are passing another car. C. Have lost control of your car. D. Are passing a bicyclist. C. Have lost control of your car. One situation where it is appropriate to use your horn is if you lose control of your vehicle. In this case, sound your horn to alert other drivers.